Hi, I'm Dan. I'm making this video because I'm really not happy with what's happened in America. Of course, in the last 24 hours, Donald Trump signed an executive order banning people from 7 different countries entering America for the next 90 days. That list includes Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, Syria and Iran. Now in total, that's 134 million people have basically been told that they are a threat to the security of America. I think this is really quite dangerous, and it's an insult to our Western values of dignity and liberty. So the first thing that really annoys me about this is that in fact many of these people are refugees and they have been banned access to America. They are fleeing from terror to get to the United States, and then they are told that they're not allowed in because they themselves are the threat they're running away from. Now, David Miliband made a really good point this morning on American TV networks when he said that the majority of these refugees are under the age of 14 years of age. They are children running in fear from danger, yet to be told that they themselves are that danger and threat. It's just going to raise the fear levels in them, and of course it could mean we lose a whole generation of young people in the Middle East. The second reason I have an issue with this is how much safer will the world be now? 134 million people have just been labelled as being potential terror threat suspects. I think this is more dangerous for the world, and in fact Theresa May I wish would stand up and do something as a real strong leader, but she just refuses to. Now a few days ago she said in Philadelphia to the Republicans that the US and UK together would be proclaiming in fearless tones the great principles of freedom and the rights of man. And yet as soon as this policy came out, she said, well, she tried to avoid the question firstly, and then she said, actually, US policy is US policy, we don't have any say in that, and in the UK we have our own policies. Basically not condoning, but also not criticising, as she should do, what Trump has done. Today, of course, Number 10 has said we don't support the policy, and we will not have this policy in our own country. Well, I don't think there's any risk of that. However, the fact she has to say it is also quite worrying. Maybe she should be saying something to him to really try and stop this situation. Now I understand that of course we're going through Brexit, we need to have a trade deal with America. However, if we give up our values so easily, what is the trade deal worth to anybody? Our values should be worth way more than a trade deal which we don't have any idea what it's going to be so far anyway. And our standing in the world at the moment is questionable if we're so happy to throw away our values like this. Now it reminds me of the pastor from the Second World War, from the Holocaust, Martin Niemöller, when he said this poem. They came first the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me, and by that time no one was left to speak up. An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Those words by Martin Luther King sum up, with that poem by Martin Niemöller, why it is we should be standing up to try and stop this now. Do not, Theresa May, let Trump come to our country until he is actually applied to rejoin the human race. Thank you.